sunset, and this was a yellow brick road. We are in Kansas. Nebraska, we're not in Kansas. Anyway, we got fuel. We had to wait about 35-40 minutes. Blair and Avery came along, saved the day. We made it to the next gas station, fueled up, and I had a complete turtle brain fart, forgot to put the gas lid back on. I just pulled it out of my pocket, and I have no idea how much fuel has spewed out of this car.
You're passing it.
Well, because we could run out of fuel again, because I could have dumped most of it out on the highway. So we better phone them and tell them that's why we're passing them. Would you like to text them now?
I'll text them.
Anyway, you got any questions? Answer away. But it's been a long journey. This is day 2. We're still trying to make North Platte. We have another amazing sunset going down over the breadbasket of America. Nebraska is looking spectacular. I just hope we make it to where we're going without running out of fuel again. But if any of you guys have ever driven 68, 69 Chevelles, the gas tank is underneath the license plate. And if you don't put the gas cap on and accelerate, the fuel just shoots out like a fire hose. It's not one of GM's better ideas. It's painful to put fuel in with jerry cans, and if you forget the lid, it just shoots out every time you accelerate. It's just a gradual sloping filler tube into the tank. So I have no idea how much fuel we just shot out down the highway. So that's why we were going to follow Blair. Now we're in front of him, because we can run out of fuel again sooner than I think. I have no idea. But anyway, at least they're behind us. We have spare 15 gallons worth of fuel. But God said brains, I thought he said trains. I wasn't going there anywhere at the time, so obviously I didn't take any. Anyway, it's been a long 7 days, guys, on the road. Pretty spectacular, eh, Matt?
Yes, sir.
You got any questions?
Someone said you should fix the gas gauge.
The problem with these new gas gauges, even when they read, I mean, the old ones, they're not accurate. I mean, the new trucks, it says you're 28 kilometers to empty or 6 kilometers to empty. This thing's 60 years old. They can say an eighth of a tank can run out. Normally, I mean, I've ran out once in 20 years. Because I know every time I drive in a couple hours, I fill it up. But today, somebody wanted to do some filming, and we had a brain fart. We've gone over 6,000 kilometers, or almost 6,000 kilometers. We ran out once. We did have an alarm set, but we were talking to people like you guys on the internet. We ran out of gas.
Yeah, blame them.
No, I'm blaming Matt. He's the one that set the alarm, and anyway, my own fault, I should know better. This thing sucks fuel. I'd rather run on the top half than the bottom eighth.
What do you think of newfies?
I love newfies. Hopefully I've worked with a lot of newfies. They seem like really good-hearted people. We just had Matt there helping us polish this car. If you've been watching our YouTube channel, he was a newfie. Salt of the earth, back from Legacy Body and Speed. Came out, worked his little ass off for us for 3 days. The Chevelle looks this good because of, Blair helped. Between Blair and Matt, I did a little bit of fuck-ups. Every scratch on this car, I managed to put in it through sheer good luck and diligence, but Matt did an amazing job polishing the car, and it still looks great, even after 5,000 kilometers.
Transition?
I mean, same thing, our tranny from our buddy Brent at Gears to Go, this Tremec 5-speed. We'd never make this trip without having the overdrive, guys. It just makes these old muscle cars so much more drivable when you're not revving the crap out of them. As soon as you have to hit highway speeds, I mean, the speed limit here is 75 miles an hour. Most guys are doing 80. 90% of the old muscle cars were 355s and higher, 373s, 391s. drag cars, 411s. I mean, you just couldn't do it. You'd over rev your engine, you'd be blowing them up before you got halfway. So we run the 355s with the 0.67 overdrive. Final drive, you're actually somewhere around a 236, which is a really good highway gear. Gives your car some legs.
Hold on here.
Just got a full glare for a second, tell them we might run out of gas again. That's why I pulled in front of them. Is it just stop and top it up next place? He didn't think anything about telling us. Yeah, well, I forgot. Well, I was wondering what I was sitting on and reached into my back pocket and pulled out the damn gas cap. Now, I don't want content. I don't want to. So, I might just fuel up again. Okay, anyway, we're doing a live. I'll talk to you guys later, but that's why I pulled ahead of you. In case I run out again, at least you're behind me. No, that's what happens when I lose focus. You can never be too much of a star, eh? A bright and shining star. Love you, bye. Anyway, so should we fuel up again?
No!
Jesus.
We gotta make the... He said... What did he say?
He said he saw it coming out the back.
How much?
Well, who knows? You can't guess. He saw it splashing out the back. He just neglected to tell us. I mean, if you put the gas cap on, it doesn't splash out the back. Thanks, Avery. Appreciate your concern. Anyway, we met a really nice old guy at the gas station. He was a Mopar fan, really liked the Chevy, and back in his youth, he had a 70 Charger, a 68 and 69 Hemi Roadrunners. He had 2 Hemi cars. And unfortunately, he had to sell them when he got married and had kids, but he still loves the old cars, and it was a great story. Anybody know what this is? It lives in
racetrack. That's like a racetrack.
What's it say? Archway. It says it's the archway. Does anyone know what that's for? If you live in Nebraska, let us know.
Questions? If you had to do this again, how would you do it differently?
Put Avery in the trunk so I don't have to listen to him. 900,000 kilometers, 600 miles every day to make the schedule, right? Normally it takes 4 days to get to Toronto. From our place it took 6 because we had a blizzard for 3 days. Vegas is like 3,600 kilometers. We have 4 days if we're going to get there on time. So we got to do like 900 kilometers each day, almost 1,000 clicks, 650 miles. So I mean, it doesn't leave us much time to actually experience America or stop and do any tourist things. It's just we hop in and we drive our asses off from daylight till dark. If I ever did it again, I wouldn't have a schedule. You make 200-300 miles, you want to stop and see some cool stuff, we'd have the time. But this trip, it's just been go, 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 go. That's what I do differently.
Put the hammer down.
No, I might run out of fuel. I don't know how much fuel I have left. I'm not putting the hammer down. Last night we put the hammer down by Chicago, and I got a 3-inch flat spot on my rim this morning. 2,000 kilometers was bypassing Chicago. We thought we were going to shake the wheels off the trailer and then flatten. I got a 3-inch flat spot. Check out the videos. You'll see it on my back passenger rim. It's got a 3-inch flat spot. How it's not leaking air, I don't know. Some good Lizax tires. They're sucked on tight.
How much are you missing Lincoln?
I think about my dog every day. I know he's pouting. I mean, he's had a kennel that love him. They really like having him. He hasn't bitten any of them yet in like 3-4 years there. They really like having him, but I mean, this is one of the longest times I've been away. Last year we worked a lot. I was 9 on, 5 off, but I mean, basically we're gone for 20 days, and I know he's going to be ecstatic. We'll film a video when we see him. He's going to be totally friggin' spastic. If we'd have brought him, my car would be destroyed. So I mean, there's no option. This car is not Lincoln proof. My God.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, my Dodge, he just shredded the whole seat. The Ford truck's actually a lot tougher than Dodge, just because it's all super hard plastic. The Dodge was more like leather. He just shredded that whole side of the truck.
Where's the choking chicken?
Ah! I told the lady I was going to choke the chicken every night, so there it goes. I'm keeping my vows. It's like that song you heard of, Shock the Monkey. Well, here Russ Brothers be choked the chicken. Especially Avery. Loves choking the chicken.
Where are we headed to?
We're headed to Vegas. We're trying to make it to North Platte. We hear there's a good steak restaurant there, and we're going there.
North 40 Chop House or something.
North 40 Chop House. We read the reviews. If any of you guys from Nebraska are happen to be watching the live, let us know if it's good.
Are you eating lots of pepperoni?
I've had more pepperoni this trip than I normally have in a month. A lot of people gave us really good pepperoni. We've had elk pepperoni, deer pepperoni, just some pepperoni.
It's the oldest vehicle you currently have.
What?
Oldest vehicle you currently have.
The oldest vehicle I currently have, let me think about it, 1932 Buick 5-window coupe with a rumble seat.
How did Blair do during the out of gas incident?
What did Blair do? Well, those guys were gallivanting around at the gas station and ordering coffees, and Blair was quite, I think him and Avery quite enjoyed my little mishap. Brought a smile to their faces, because as we like to say in Rush Bros, what makes us truly human is our ability to laugh at other people's pain and suffering.
People are voting for me to drive.
Unfortunately, you guys do not have the voting share.
Michael wants to drive the whole way and say he drove the whole way, right?
That's right. Unfortunately, Matt cannot afford to replace the car.
Yes, I can.
Only if he keeps riding my riding me like a rented mule. Unfortunately, I got almost $100,000 tied up in this car.
Oh no, I don't want to pay that.
That's right, I do not want to pay it to replace it. It's probably $50,000 worth of mechanical, if not 60. At today's prices, right? 502 is about 16,000 Canadian. The Tremec, with all the clutches and bell housing, flywheel, all that stuff is another 8-9 grand. You got about $3,000-4,000 for the rear end. You got another couple $1,000 in tires and rims. And then you got to find a 68 SS 396 4-speed car to put all this brand new stuff in. But anyway, like I said, it's not the price of the car. It's my car. I've had it 40 years. And if anybody's going to wreck it, it's going to be me.
Did we set the alarm for the gas this time?
We can't set the alarm for the gas this time because we don't know how much we blew up. Because at the gas station, I forgot to put the gas count back on. We could run out in 10 minutes, we could run out in 2 hours. I have no clue. Because every time I accelerated, gas would have been spewing out the back of the tank. Sometimes that does sound very smart. Or as I like to say in Rush Bros, if my click wasn't attached, I'd lose it.
Oh my God. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy says she loves likes the cameraman. I love Tammy more than you know.
That's okay. Tammy loves me more than she loves you.
That's okay.
Because I eat more. Tammy's one of our good friends. She's a master cook, and she likes inviting us over for dinner because we eat.
We missed the dinner club.
Yes, we missed the dinner club. We're going for steak tonight, though, Tammy. We'll tell you if it was as good as yours. Probably won't be.
What is the car running a quarter mile? And who's faster, yours or Connor?
Connor's car would kick my ass if he could ever get traction. We've only ever ran it down at the 8th. A few times it wasn't really, we didn't have light, it was just, being burned up in the flag, and Connor's car would kick my ass. It's got about another 120 horse and about 80-90 foot-pounds more torque. Right now mine would kick his ass because I have a set of slicks that fit, and he doesn't.
Shout out to David at Langford.
Hey David Langford, how's it going? Glad you tuned in, buddy.
What time is it here?
What time is it, Mr. Wolf? It's 7:49, Nebraska time.
Why didn't you replace the gas gauge when you did the car?
Well, the gas gauge worked at the sending unit. We just ran out of time. Right? I think the sending unit stuck on full. The gauge goes up and down when you turn on the key, but we never got to put the side chrome molding back on it either. But just enough, like I said, we got the wiring harness done and the car reassembled. 8 o'clock Thursday night, 6 o'clock Friday morning. When I knew we'd be pushing it, the weather was going for a crap. We thought we might need a good night's sleep. I mean, and I haven't had a fuel gauge for 20 years. Today is the only day I've ever ran out, because normally I don't go more than an hour or two, and I fill it up. Today we just got sidetracked filming, and we both had brain farts and ran out of fuel, but that's why we have Blair behind us with 15 gallons of premium.
How big is the tank? How many miles per gallon?
We looked at the tank. It says 20 American gallons, which is about 15 Canadian gallons, 16 Canadian gallons. So it gets about 300 kilometers, depending on how, a little more, a little less, depending on how hard you're walking on it.
Shout out to Amanda in Grimsby, Ontario.
Hi, Amanda in Grimsby. You guys had the first weather we saw without snow on the roads. We really liked Ontario.
Ted says that if it's going right to full, it means it's not grounded.
Well, once we get to Vegas and we can park it for 3 days, we might check that out, Ted. Okay. We'll check.
Ted and Tammy always to the rescue.
Yeah, that's right. Ted and Tammy to the rescue. Ted was the guy that actually, my son Connor originally built the car for me 20 years ago. Did an amazing job. We ran the crap out of this thing for 20 years.
Shout out to Father Bob in Buffalo, New York. That's where I went to university at Canisius College.
Father Bob, bless your soul, and may God take mercy on it for having to deal with this reprobate Matthew Zuchuk. You should be a saint.
How'd you enjoy RM in Chatham?
RM in Chatham was one of the most spectacular moments in the history of the show on the YouTube channel. I've never seen such high-end cars and such nice people. It was the best 3 hours I've had in a long time. The minute you walked in the door, you knew you were in a special place. It was amazing.
Here's a question from Tim Jordan. And if the rest of the audience can let Tim Jordan how you feel about his comment. Tim Jordan wants to know if the cameraman, did you go bald from sucking farts from dead seagulls?
No, he went bald 5 years filming us, the stress.
Tim Jordan.
Tim Jordan, I think you guys should give Tim some special love. But I heard Matt did blow a few seals on his escapades back in Coldwater Cowboys.
Shout out to John Z in Kelowna.
Hey, John Z in Kelowna. How's the weather in Kelowna?
Shout out to René in Gatineau, Quebec.
Hey, bonsoir, Monsieur René.
Roland. Roland.
Roland, no. Bonsoir, Roland, au Gratin, Quebec.
Put a jerry can in the trunk, Mike.
Well, we got 3 behind us, and you saw my trunk. I mean, took customs 2 hours to go through it. And the dogs. Thank God there wasn't an old roach in there from 20 years ago. We'd still be at U.S. Customs. We were actually going to empty the trunk out and put a jerry can in it. It is a good idea. We discussed it, and the thought immediately vanished from our little pea brains.
Now DDW 1977 says Tim Jordan should know. I saw him do it, and he's bald too. I think he's married to his sister. Shout out to Bart in Halifax.
Shout out to Bart in Halifax. Hopefully we make it there this summer.
Shout out to Sold Out in Louisville.
Sold Out in Louisville, Kentucky.
Shout out to Howard in Guelph. Howard in Guelph.
Howard in Guelph. Shout me out.
Shout out to Cody Baker.
Cody Baker, that name rings a bell.
Love from Woody in Westlock.
Love you too in Westlock. Peace, love, and joy. Remember, those that have should give.
Do you miss doing controlled explosions? From Brian in Cornwall, UK.
Yeah. It's always like a religious experience. You've done everything, you've checked everything twice. But every time before I push the button, I always say, Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us scalers now and at the moment of our blast. Just because you never know when something is going to screw up. And at 20,000 feet per second, it can screw up pretty quick.
How many kilometers today?
I think we're pushing about 900 by the time we get to North Platte. That's been our goal, 900 to 1,000. It was 3,600 and change when we left Toronto. That's what the map said. So if we get 9, the first day I said we got stuck at customs for 2 hours. We had 3 beautiful hours at R&M. So I mean, we basically drove till 11 o'clock Toronto time. We gained an hour back, but I mean, we lost it in actual time.
Shout out to Samantha in Saskatchewan.
Hey, Samantha. Saskatchewan had some of the worst weather we ever saw, but we made it across. Love that freezing rain and swift current.
are you gonna go through Gatineau on the way to Frexrod? And to quick note on that, Neil is in Gatineau, so maybe
Yeah, we might make a detour to check out our buddy Neil there that was on the show there for the one season. I'm not exactly sure of the route because I've never been past Toronto, but we're going to do some serious planning, and I'd actually like to leave a couple, 3-4 days extra, so we actually have time to see some of the sites. Never been to Niagara Falls?
Yeah, good
There's
point.
a lot of things that I've never seen. I'd like to see the Bay of Fundy. If I'm out there, I'd like to eat a bunch of fresh lobster and crab.
Some poutine.
Without catching crabs, of course, but yeah, maybe some original poutine. Go to Montreal, have a sandwich at the famous meat shop.
Schwartz's.
There's a lot of things that I mean, the biggest problem with this whole trip has been the compressed time frame. And basically, we get up in the morning, we start driving, we drive till it's darker past. We go to sleep, we get up in the morning, we start driving. So I mean, it hasn't really been much of a scenic tour.
All right.
Anyway, in the way of John Denver, the sun's going down. We got no cakes on the griddle, but life is a funny, funny riddle. Have a great night, guys. Remember those that action, give peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Everybody that tunes in, we know you've got better things to do with your time, but we appreciate you giving some of it to us. Have a great night.
We have 500. We reached 500. I think for one of the first times. People. 500 people are on right now. Also, remember eBay.
And remember, you're looking for parts, check out our partner in crime, ebay.ca/motors. If they don't have it, probably nobody will. And you can do it from the